Hello, welcome back to the fish locker out on the beach. Now, how stunning is that? March, can you believe it? Well, I went out for a dive the other day. It's earlier than I usually dive, and it was absolutely incredible. I really couldn't have imagined it was going to be so good. So many species, such clarity. We have got some bad weather coming up in a few days, and I'm hoping to try and sneak in another dive today. So let's have a look. I mean, look at it. It is incredible. I can't wait to get in the water. Let's go and get changed. Let's go and get wet. Now look at that for clarity. Why would you need to go abroad when you can go to Cornwall? I think I know that guy. The fresh grown seaweeds are just wonderful, aren't they? Succulent sea lettuce and golden kelps everywhere. Just checking along the outcrops and in the crevices, I come across quite a few of these spider crabs. They are really spiky, so you're best to handle them with gloves. This little female had a little sprout of dulse growing out of her nose. I thought I'd found a winner here with this one. Can you hear this? That noise was being emitted by a boat that was sailing by. I can only assume it was some form of acoustic device. I really enjoy these underwater tunnels. We're all big kids at heart, aren't we? A few more fish on this dive, but again, most were hidden away up in the crevices like this ballan wrasse. Now this was a big lobster. Too far into the cave to do anything with, but good to see. With a juvenile pollock and a leopard spot goby keeping the company. And another wrasse, or two. This guy was far more brazen. Probably how he'd lost that other claw. If you look closely, you can see a little pink arm where he's just about to grow it back. This cave was about 6 foot deep, and with only one claw it wasn't really worth the effort to try and get him out of there. This area was littered with pieces of an old shipwreck. Interesting to see, isn't it, which pieces survive the longest? Does that not remind you of a skeleton? Another couple of watchful ballan wrasse and a dueling pair of red squat lobsters. No wonder this guy was walking wonky. He's missing half his legs. Another quick look at this bruiser and his leopard spotted friends. He's tucked right in there, isn't he? Fantastic hiding place for a lobster. Oh, and another little one. I'll maybe see you in a few years, mate. And a female edible crab sat comfortably in her lair. This is proper conger territory. There will definitely be eels hiding there in them caves somewhere. Finally, a decent sized fish. But bah, is he shy. And fast. Lost him again. In this little crevice I just saw the tip of a tail, so followed it and found this guy. It's not hard to see how they snag you up in the rocks when you're conger fishing, is it? Tucked in tight with Mr. Velvet Swimming Crab. See you later. Now this one was a very lucky spot. I just noticed her out of the corner of my eye. And with just the right persuasion, I was able to say hello. Another very proud and very healthy pregnant female lobster. These ladies can carry up to 20,000 eggs in a brood. Smile for the camera then, my love. They are incredible to see. These creatures have been around since the time of the dinosaurs. 140 million years. Now that's what I call a successful design. The eggs start off green, then go black, then red and black. So you can see here these are just about to hatch. Let's get you back home now, love. There you go. Now stay out of trouble. Now this rock crevice had a very big eel in it, at least 6 feet long. I think I'll leave that one be. Another smaller lobster, probably just below minimum landing size. No matter how many times I see snake locks on enemies, I still love them. Just like Medusa's hair, aren't they? Now this is worth a second look. Big lobster in a big cave. Well, if you won't come out the front, I'll just go around the back. Bingo! Just the right amount of patience and we have a fantastic male eating sized lobster. Perfect. You see there the different types of claws. On one side the fast claw and on the other side the strong crushing claw. Either one will ruin your day if he gets hold of you. Nice and clean, no damage or worms on his shell. This guy's molted maybe only a couple of weeks ago. You, sir, have an invite to dinner. Another stunning collection of snake locks and enemies, swaying around in the tide. These delicate twin-fan tube worms are such a pleasure to see, just like a tiny flower sprouting from the rock. What a pretty house you have there. Now the camera didn't do this starfish justice. It was the most vivid lavender I think I've ever seen. And hiding behind this spiny starfish is a perfect little leopard spotted goby. And one more lobster tucked right at the back. As I was just enjoying a swim across the sand, I noticed a few of these large shells. Now at the time I didn't actually know what these were. After some research, I discovered that this was actually a Scaphander lignarius, commonly known as a woody canoe bubble. That's a first for me. Now, it either didn't like being touched, or it really liked being touched. I'll let you decide. Either way, I thought it best to put it back. These pretty little shells are called moon shells, or necklace shells. This one has a cheeky spider crab living inside of it. I was so happy to find these guys. This is a female masked crab, and they hide themselves in the sand with just the tiny antennas poking out. Awesome little guys. And there she goes. They do bury themselves down quite fast, don't they? See you later. This little bolt of lightning is a sand goby. I just managed to capture this clip before the battery in the camera died. Right, I'm changed, I'm warm. We have Mr. Lobster from earlier. Stay there, you. All I'm doing here is I'm just building up a little bit of a fire. These are just offcuts from pieces of pallet from the Fish Locker workshop. I'm going to build it up until I've got a bed of coals. People who've seen some of our other videos, you might recognise my cooking tin. Steamed salmon in a tin, smoked mackerel in a tin. Today I'm going to try steamed lobster in a tin. What could go wrong? Yeah, I'm going to build that up so that I've got a bed of coals to be able to cook on. Then I'm going to sort the lobster out. There we go, that's building up nicely. It's building a nice little bed of coals in there. All I've done is I've just put a little bit of clean seawater into the bottom of my tin. I'm going to take Mr. Lobster. I'll dispatch him, and then I'm just going to keep this really simple. Just some sea salt, some cracked black pepper, and some butter. That's just a little glass butter dish. I'm going to dispatch him, butcher him, season him up, and then we're going to steam him on the coals. Whoa, that's roasting now. And there you are. He's been dispatched and butchered up. I've cleaned out the head where it was all the internal organs, and that is nothing but clean meat, meat in there, clean meat, meat in there. So I'm just going to season him up with some sea salt and cracked black pepper. I'll give these claws a knock, lube him up with some butter, wrap him up in tin foil, and then we'll be ready with the fire. This is an interesting thing. Can you see there? That is, the salts are triggering the nerves. So the muscle is twitching. So even though it's dead, the salt is triggering the nerves. There we are. We'll parcel him up and get him on the fire. There we are, the tin's sat on the coals now. I'm going to time this. First time I've done this before, I can't use my usual cooking method, so I'm going to try 10 minutes. I'll have a look at it after 5, but I reckon 10 minutes. There we go, that's had 10 minutes now. I haven't quite thought about how I'm going to do this. I'll put you there for a second. Whoa. Oh, that smells amazing. That smells absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Done. Yeah, that's done. Let's get it off. Oh my word. I'm gonna have to show you. Look at that in there. That lobster meat's just come away, look. Oh wow. That is incredible. Those claws in there, I can see there. Yeah, perfect. I wish I'd brought like a crusty piece of bread to be able to mop up the butter juice. A little bit more melted butter. Oh wow. Wow. Oh wow. That is delicious. Absolutely delicious. Just incredible. That lobster tail, look, watch. Look at it. That little bit of cracked black pepper really adds to it. Look at that. Oh. That is absolutely wonderful. You need to give them a bit of a knock to get through the shell, to let the butter and things get into the shell. Wow, that was absolutely delicious. You can see there, nothing left but bits of empty shell. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this empty shell, I'm going to go and put it underneath a rock somewhere down there so the little crabs and gobies can have a little pick through. There we go. I've just been cleaning down. All I've done is I've washed the tin out and I've used some of the sand to rub on the inside of it and it cleans it all out. But I think, unfortunately, I think that we've had the last use out of this tin. I'll show you. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've burnt through the bottom of the tin. But it was a good one. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed joining me. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you enjoyed the cook-up. I really did. All the very best. Take it easy.